now because it is cold.
Yeah, we're going to need those all over the next 24 to 48 hours. Folks, it's getting cold as we move into tomorrow, but we will just enjoy this peaceful look at our sky view in downtown Longview. Let's go ahead and talk about that temperature right now. We are generally in the lower 40s for Longview. We're at 43 degrees. Winds are east-southeast at 6 miles per hour. Those will increase, but the temperatures will be decreasing by this time tomorrow. Here are your numbers across East Texas. We are in the low to middle 40s. Tyler has now fallen to 46. It's 43 in Mineola, Sulphur Springs at 47. There are your freeze alerts. Again, this is a hard freeze warning valid for tomorrow night through Friday night, where we can experience very cold temperatures and temperatures that will not rise above freezing until Saturday afternoon, which gives us about 48 hours below that 32-degree mark. Let's go ahead and talk about the temperatures across the country, and I'll show you where the Arctic air is. Yeah, here we go. The pink, it's across the northern U.S. There's Montana, there's North Dakota, there's Minnesota, and that's where it's very cold right now. Look at Denver, already falling to 5 degrees. They've gotten a piece of that Arctic air now, and this will be making its way in our direction as we move through the next 12 or so hours. Storm system, it's currently in the Midwest. That will be pushing off to the east. So if you are traveling anywhere from, I'd say, Kansas and Nebraska eastward over the next couple of days, you're in for a rough go at it with how unpleasant the roads are going to be and also how cold it's going to be with those temperatures falling to below zero for some of those states. Let's go ahead and talk about your futurecast here in East Texas. One thing I want to emphasize, this is not a snow or ice event for us. While we could see a few flurries to our north tomorrow, we're not going to see any sort of accumulations or anything like that. This is 10 o'clock Thursday. The front, it's knocking on our doorstep, and then as we move to about 11, 12 o'clock, that's about noontime, you can see those temperatures in the middle to upper 40s for Tyler and Longview. Temperatures starting to fall in Tyler. Temperatures behind the front for places like Sulphur Springs, Mineola, again, at about noon, will be in the 20s and 30s. Front is going to slide further off to the south and to the east. We quickly drop for places like Tyler and Longview into the 20s, and then it clears our area by 4, and everybody, with the exception of Hemphill, will be falling into the low to middle 20s by then. But when you factor in that wind chill, it's going to feel a lot colder than that. And look at our temperatures as we move into 5, 6 o'clock Friday morning. In the lower teens for most areas, and I cannot rule out, especially to our north, that we do see a few single digits when you wake up early Friday morning. So here's the timeline. Depending on where you are, if you live to the north of Tyler and Longview, temperatures will fall earlier. If you live to the south, they will fall later. But for our Interstate 20 counties, 11 o'clock, we're going to be in the middle to upper 40s. That's 47 right there. Right around freezing by 1 or 2 o'clock, we're down to 22 by 5. That's when you're coming home from work. So bring everything you can as far as warm or cold weather gear goes, ski jacket, gloves, scarf, what have you, because you'll need it from about 11 o'clock tomorrow morning all the way until really throughout the course of Friday, because we'll be starting in the lower 10s and we're not going to warm up very much. Here are your lows for Friday morning. Single digits to the north, lower 10s for our central and southern counties, lower teens, whatever you want to call it. But when you factor in that wind chill, we will be about 10 to 15 degrees colder from a feels like standpoint for all of East Texas. Look at that, feeling like 5 to 10 degrees below zero for everybody. That gets us into Christmas weekend. Again, we don't reach freezing on Friday. We only get to about 25. That puts us at or below freezing for at least 48 consecutive hours, which will cause some issues. And then we're at 34 Saturday, and then lower 40s for your Christmas Day, and plenty of sunshine. So we are going to slowly thaw out throughout your Christmas weekend. Next 7 days, 30s and 40s Saturday and Sunday. Stair-stepping back into the 50s for your Tuesday into Wednesday. Deep East Texas, similar trend. Still looks like we'll be below freezing for 48 hours until we warm above it by Saturday afternoon. Katie?